Alright, how we doing guys? Dino here from Fundamental Guitar. In this lesson I'm going to be showing you how to play Somewhere Only We Know by Keane. It's a pretty old song, recently sort of grown in popularity because we got a Christmas advert over here in the UK with Lily Allen doing her version, and a couple of my students asked to learn it, so had a look online, saw the chords, but pretty tricky for these students that were still beginners actually, so I've worked out an easier way to play it using the capo. So we've got a capo on the second fret there. We're still going to be playing in the original key, which is the key of A, but we're going to be playing in the feel of G. Okay, so that basically means it's going to be easier. The transitions and the chords are going to be easier for your left hand. Okay, and how does that benefit us? Well, if the left hand's sort of not having to, worry too much about what it's doing, then you can focus and concentrate more on the right hand, and that's more important in my opinion. I've heard a great quote before: your left hand is what you know, your right hand is who you are. Okay, that's your character. That's, you can put your stamp on the rhythm, and then on top of that you got more concentration or brain power to add to your singing as well if you want. Okay, so nice and easy on the left hand, and we're going to show you some ways to spice up the right hand. So let's start by having a listen to how it sounds, and then we'll go into a breakdown. We've got the chords and the song structure in the description as always guys. There'll also be a link there now as well to my website where you can download a PDF of everything as well. Okay, so let's have a listen to the intro. Playing in 4/4 time. Okay, so that's a 4-bar progression times 2 gives you your intro, and then we're going to go into the verse with some melody. I walked across an empty land. I knew the pathway like the back of my hand. I felt the earth beneath my feet. Sat by the river and it made me complete. Okay, that's the verse. It's pretty high, so I'm going to sing the pre-chorus in the lower octave because it goes even higher. So, a simple thing, where have you gone? I'm getting old and I need something to rely on. So tell me when you're gonna let me in. I'm getting something to begin. Okay, that's the pre-chorus. You can hear the rhythm is a little bit different going through each section. We'll talk about that in the lesson. There's a chorus as well, but we'll have a listen to that as well as we go through it. Okay, so let's start breaking down the chords. Okay, so for the verse, or the intro, let's say, because the intro and the verse are the same chords, we've got a G. Okay, so I'm playing a big G here, 3 and 4 fingers down on the 1 and 2 strings in the 3rd fret. For a bar, then we're going to go to a G/F sharp. So what's happening there? G, second finger's playing the bass note, the root note, which is a G. Next chord, that's going to move back a fret or semitone to play an F sharp. So what you're going to do is you're going to release the second finger, and then first finger's going to jump up a string and play the F sharp, 6th string in the 2nd fret, and then it's going to mute, lay across the 5th string to mute that as well, and then that's going to be your G/F sharp. So you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you can play it with your thumb as well if you find that easier, whatever you're more comfortable with. And we're going to go to an A-7, which I think sounds really nice for the verse. You can play an A minor if you want. It's just an A minor with the 3rd finger off. And then we've got a split bar here guys, D sus4 to D, 2 beats for each chord. So D shouldn't have a problem. To make it a D sus4, you put your pinky on the 1st string in the 3rd fret, and then you take it off, and then it's a D. Okay, so all together, 1, 2, 3, 4, G/F sharp, 2, 3, 4, A-7, 2, 3, 4, and D sus4 to D. Okay, repeat that twice. That's your intro. Okay, so we've got the same chords for the verse now, but the rhythm's going to change. Okay, so this is what I was talking about with the parts of the song. We want to give some variety. Okay, so we're going to the verse now, and we want to give it some space. Bring it down, and then we build it up slowly to get back into the chorus. Okay, so let's look at the rhythm that I was playing for the intro to start with. So 8th note rhythm, guys, all downstrokes. So you're going to have your 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that's a bar. Okay, so with the chords, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so that's the basis really of the rhythm that I'm playing. But as you can hear, if you play that for 3.5 minutes, you sort of get a little bit hypnotized because it can get a bit monotonous. So there's a couple of things we can do to make it interesting, as well as obviously change the rhythm through the different sections of the song. So there's a couple of bits we can add to that rhythm on the intro. So the first thing that I was doing as I was playing it on the second beat, instead of just playing an and, so instead of just playing a quaver, I was playing more of a 16th note rhythm, semi-quaver. So quaver is 8th note if you're playing 1 and, 2 and, 3 and, 4 and. 16th note strumming, you're playing 1 E ander, 2 E ander, 3 E ander, 4 E ander. Okay, so you can play 4 notes for each beat basically. Okay, so on the second beat, I'm going to be playing the 1, leaving off the E and playing the ander. So you're going to have like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and might be easier to think of it as down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. Okay, but that's the theoretical, sort of the numerical explanation for it, as well as the oral. So I'd say use a mixture of both. It's good to use your ear to hear and feel rhythms, but it's also good to know what you're doing so that you can transfer it to another song, or and understand and explain it to someone else as well. Okay, so even that can sound a little bit monotonous there. So what we're doing is some dynamics, sort of mimicking what the piano is doing. The piano, you've got treble clef and bass clef, so they're moving between the two hands. So we can mimic that with the guitar. And the way I'm doing that is by accenting the bass notes on the 1 and 3 beats, and accent the treble strings on the 2nd and 4th beats. So you're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that movement, those 3 things together are going to make the rhythm sound nice and spicy, keep it interesting. Okay, and then we're going to bring it down for the verse. The same chords, but we can play whole notes. So that basically means a note lasts for the whole bar for 4 beats. Walked across an empty land. I knew the pathway like the back of my hand. First line, second line, you can throw in a few more notes. I felt the earth beneath my feet. Sat by the river and it made me complete. Okay, so that's basically, as I say, we're building up towards the chorus. Okay, so second line of the verse can be a little bit more notes in there, and we're going to go to our pre-chorus, look at the chords first, then we'll look at the rhythm. E minor for a bar goes to B minor 7, which sounds really nice as well, and then we've got a C and then a D sus4 to D again, a split bar. Okay, so everything should be easy there apart from the B minor 7. Okay, let's look at a B minor. You're going to bar the first 5 strings in the 2nd fret, 2nd finger, 2nd string, 3rd fret. Pinky's going to play the 3rd string in the 4th fret, and the 3rd finger is going to play the 4th string in the 4th fret. 5th string, that's your B minor. Okay, to make it a B minor 7, you just release the pinky. And I think that sounds really nice for the pre-chorus. If you're struggling with the barring, go back to the B minor and just, instead of barring with the 1st finger, play the 1st string in the 2nd fret and play from the 4th string. Still sounds like a B minor. It's a B minor, just the B isn't in the bass, that's the only thing. Okay, so another option would be to play a B minor 7 in the open position. So you from the E minor, you take your 2nd finger and jump it down a string, and then put your pinky on the 1st string in the 3rd fret. So you're playing mute 2 0 2 0 2, 5th string. That'd be a B minor, similar to a B7, which you may have learnt without the index finger on. That's playing the D sharp for B7. Flatten it, minor 3rd to play a B minor 7. So there's another option there as well for B minor 7 star. I'll put it in the description there if you wanted to look for the tab as well. So the time in E minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, B minor 7, 2, 3, 4 to C, 2, 3, 4, and I'll split bar again, D sus4, D sus2. And the rhythm there, I was throwing in a couple of chops, just to give it a bit of percussion, some, again, building up. Okay, so just do something a little bit more elaborate than what you did in the verse. Pop strum will sound cool. That's going to lead us nicely into the chorus, where we're going to go back to our rhythm which we used in the intro. So with the melody, if you have a minute, why don't we go talk about it somewhere only we know. This could be the end of everything. Tell me why. Okay, so that's when it starts to change. So what we got there, if you look in the description, you'll see A minor going to B minor, and that kind of repeats back and forth, and then second line it will end with a C and a D, and then the third line C, D, C, D. Okay, it's in the description. So the rhythm you know how to play, the chords are there. There's one other thing happening there, guys. On the second, when I'm going to the B minor 7, I'm playing it in a split bar, so B minor 7 for the first 2 beats, and then taking my index finger off for the next 2 beats. So basically what's happening is the bass note's going from the B to the A. Okay, so you got the 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's mimicking again what the piano's doing. The description will have it written as a B minor 11/A. So there we go, that's everything, guys. That's the intro, the verse, the pre-chorus, the chorus. I've given you some rhythm ways to spice it up. And yeah, if you've got any questions, give me a shout. Hopefully I shall see you again soon. Take care.